Retrieving encrypted message. Please stand by.
Okay, agents. So between this manhunt and the last, it appears we may have finished off a few generations worth of US military personnel. Funny though, Sergeant Daniels and Lieutenant Chang shared a few commonalities beside just their lineage in the armed forces. Both of them had issues perhaps worthy of outright getting them kicked out of service. And while I can only assume Daniels' family background protected her in the army, inside reports indicate that Chang's father and grandfather definitely shielded him and allowed him to work out an amicable split from the Navy a year prior to his contract ending. This despite getting into a real ugly bar fight where he got himself injured. I probably conclude that both Daniels and Chang's military choices just weren't really a good fit. In Mackenzie's case, he just couldn't take to the water well, which is why he was reassigned to ground transport duty early on, which I would argue he not only did well, but was able to learn a few things that he eventually took with him. After going civvy, Chang took a job as mall security, and while he tried hunting and airsoft to pass through the days, much like Daniels, he got pretty bored and got an itch to be on the field, which helped push him into signing up with the National Guard, just like Daniels. It was with the Guard that Chang got his chance to shine. When peaceful protesters started pressing towards the mall, Chang was able to intelligently set up a perimeter to keep things from escalating. It was here that he got General Anderson's attention and became a protege of his in the field of logistics. Chang would catch on quickly, to the point that eventually his skills made the tentative supply provision partnership between the Black Tusk and the True Sons expendable. It was a relationship that was severely frayed when Lynette Dusk Edwards was killed. That loss hit the True Sons hard, enough that even Chang would reach out to Schaefer personally to express his displeasure. Chang blamed Barden for not being there when Dusk was killed, even while Barden shifted some of the blame on the hunter that was spotted following Dusk. Not too long after this went down, Anderson assigned Chang a unit to go to Foggy Bottom with a dual purpose. First, for Chang to get a chance to prove himself enough to get a captain's rank. And second, to create a choke point at the Potomac River, which coincidentally enough is where Daniels worked as a civilian. Chang focused his efforts there in order to get control of supplies and shipments going in and out of the area. And that was why you were sent there. And it was how you came across Payne's perturbators, the death squad causing us a bit of angst as they swept through entire buildings, killing whoever they could find. This brand of brutality, strangely enough, was actually a bit more in line with Daniel's MO than it was Chang's, but in either case, you cleared a threat along with their leader, Sergeant First Class Quincy. And you also found out that Chang had set up a small base in the Potomac Event Center for where he could strategize on transports and supplies that would be traveling via the main waterway. Suffice to say, busted in, met up with Chang, and in the long run caused a logistical nightmare for the True Sons by taking him and his level of expertise down. Mackenzie Chang may never get to fulfill his dream of being captain, but like Daniels, he's at least gained our respect. I'm not sure if that's the exact admiration he wanted, but we'll transport his body to somewhere where the True Sons can retrieve it, and General Anderson can figure out how much he actually liked them. Good job, agents.